Hello everyone, it is MisterStubstep, and today I'll be doing another value discussion on the X and Y set Ancient Origins. So like always, down below I'll have links to this Google Sheet as well as a playlist where I go over all my other value discussions, including Sword and Shield sets, all the Sun and Moon sets, as well as timestamps if you just want to skip right to the graded card portion, because I normally start these videos out with explaining how this spreadsheet is broken down. So we'll get into some administrative information. So this spreadsheet is as of 3 April, so that's when all the prices were pulled from eBay, TCG Player, etc. We have the release date of 11 August 2015 for Ancient Origins, base card total of 98, secret rare total of 2, for a total of 100 cards. Pretty good number. There's some color coordination right there. And then starting out in the far left column, we have the card, very self-explanatory. If it's in red, it'll be a card that I'll be talking about today. And then if it's italicized, it's a card that I have. I don't think I have any of these cards, but if it's italicized, that's what it means. Rarity is self-explanatory. The raw on TCG Player is the market value on TCG Player rounded down to the nearest dollar. The grade, I try to find a PSA 10 sold listing. For a lot of Pokemon cards, PSA is still the most common grading company used, so whether you like it or not, that's what I try to find, and then if I can't find a PSA 10, then I get as close to that as possible. If you see an R in parentheses, that means it's a reverse holo. The sold price is the last sold listing on eBay, rounded up to the nearest dollar, not including shipping. Date of sale is when either that listing sold or when that auction ended, and there's really no way to confirm whether or not these were paid for. But if you don't see the same listing pop up again, then more than likely it was settled out, but there's really no way to say. And then PSA 10 population, the number on the left is the number of PSA 10s, and the number on the right is the number currently registered with PSA, and we're only talking PSA. All right, so now that that's over with, we can just start going right down. So surprisingly, a lot of holo rares getting some spotlight here, especially on the graded side. So starting out with Jolteon in the reverse at a 10, $215. Honestly, like Jolteon, people love Evolutions. You got the Evolution set coming out later this year, probably. But this card, I don't know, nothing special. Like, I personally think the freaking Battle Styles promo that just came out with the 3-pack blisters looks better than this Jolteon card. But, I mean, it's Jolteon. PSA 10 in reverse, there's only 6. I mean, for cards like this that are this obscure, I don't think that matters too much. But I'm sure there's Master Set Evolution collectors out there. We have the Entei. Now, this is a good-looking card. I can see why this sold for $178 in a PSA 10. And this is like the, what is it, the Omega or the Alpha or the Ancient. It's that kind of half full art card. It just looks really cool. These are really cool cards. So I'm not surprised it sold for that well. We have the Mega Ampharos EX. I'm a huge fan of Ampharos, actually. That electric giraffe, it just gets me. I don't know how to explain it. The Mega form, kind of a little odd with that wig making it look, like a settler or something. I don't know. It's a weird look, but I still like Ampharos. Has a lot of charm. $169 in a PSA 10. So for this set, the PSA 10 ratios, they're still bad compared to Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield, but they're slightly better than some of the previous sets that we've looked at, which I think is kind of interesting. A lot more, around 50%, but there's still a good amount, 20, 30, 40% getting 10s. We have the Lugia EX. Yeah. Did y'all remember that this set had a Lugia? I did not remember that at all. I just remembered Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. But this set has a Lugia too, and the regular EX sold for $800. Once again, there's Charizard collectors out there, there are Lugia collectors. I would say Lugia comes second to Charizard as far as popular collectible Pokemon. And then, Pikachu's up there too. Pikachu, you could maybe put it second, maybe put it first. There is a lot of Pikachu cards. But, yeah, Lugia's definitely up there. If not top 3, top 5. $800. Not bad. We have the Gyarados. So this is kind of the same lines as that Entei. $253 in a PSA 10. Actually, pretty hard to grade. Only 35 out of 109. But this card, oh my gosh, it almost gives me vibes from the Shining Gyarados with the Fisherman. I don't know, any Gyarados card that has a Fisherman in it, there's just something special about it. I don't know how to explain. It just brings me back to Generation 2 when you go out to the Lake of Rage, even though this one's not shiny. But it's, I don't know. This is a beautiful artwork. I wish I randomly had pulled this card. I've opened up a few Ancient Origins packs here and there from because they're randomly thrown into some collection boxes and tins. But $253. Not bad. We have the Ampharos EX Full Art. Much better in my opinion, but only $120 in a PSA 10, so nothing too crazy. We have scrolling down a little bit more, we have the Septile EX Full Art. I'm always the grass starter. This Full Art, I do like this Full Art. The regular EX, I don't like within this set, but the Full Art looks good. $250 in a PSA 10, which is very respectable. Like, I know they're, like, starters always do well, but there are starters that are way more popular than other starters. And Septile, I don't know. When you have to compete with Blaziken and Marshtomp, like, it's pretty rough. But Septile, I still got you. We have the Steven Full Art. I only have it in a GMA 6 selling for $8, but there are 4110s out there. I imagine if this was in a 10, a lot of people like Steven, just his demeanor and all of that. A lot of people like Steven. I imagine he would at least sell for 100, maybe 200 with this Full Art. So I figured I'd at least include Steven, and I kind of like this card, despite it being a male trainer. We have the Giratina EX Full Art, $375 in a PSA 10. I almost missed out on this one because it, like, showed up in the middle of, like, as I was doing research, because you can see the date, 3 April. And yeah, that's pretty high. I was a little bit higher than I was expecting this card to be at, but hey. We have the Tyranitar EX Full Art. You gotta love Tyranitar. He's probably one of my top 10 favorite Pokemon, and I think he's top 10 of a lot of people, probably a lot of people's favorite Pokemon. And a 9 sold for $99, so I bet you a 10 would sell for at least $200. You could probably do like a official breakdown on the ratios with 10s to 9s and the prices. But generally, if the 9's going for pretty much $100, the 10 will go for a considerable amount. Only 41 out of 119 10s, though. And then we get into the big dogs. We have the Primal Kyogre EX Shiny Full Art. So surprisingly, it sells for less than the Groudon Raw, but then recently a 10 did sell for more at $550 at a 10. Not very many, a pretty bad ratio. Well, actually, not that bad. It's, what is that, 35, 40%? I'm not very good at quick math, but I can get ballpark. We have the Primal Groudon EX. Honestly, these cards here that I'm going over right now, they're probably my favorite ones besides the ones from Double Crisis. But this one sold for $450 in a PSA 10. A few more PSA 10s. Really, a really good-looking card. And then the Mega Rayquaza EX Shiny Full Art. Now, I know we have one more bigger than this one in this set, but this is personally my favorite card within this set. It's a really nice-looking card. $683 in a PSA 10, and it is the most graded card within this set, even beating out the Lugia EX. So, yeah, this is just a beautiful card. I know we have like 50 billion Rayquaza cards within the Roaring Skies, but I think this one's the best. At least, like, Mega Rayquaza EX form. And then the big dog, of course, we've already talked about it before, but the Lugia EX Full Art. Don't get me wrong, this is a very beautiful card. It deserves, the #1 spot within this set, but it's just funny how I completely forgot about it. $1,750 in a 10, and it's a little over a third, like over, 33, 35% for getting a 10, so fairly hard to grade too. Really good looking card, and anything over 1,000, it makes you look twice. That's why I had to add that baby blue. All right, so now we go down to some tidbits at the bottom, just looking at some averages. So Ancient Origins, comparing it to previous sets, it only gets beat out by Flash Fire for EXs. For Full Arts, it only gets beat out by Furious Fist, but Furious Fist is kind of a special exception because they had like some really obscure trainer cards. And then Secret Rares, it only has I didn't talk about any of them. It only has trainer secret rares, so that prevents it from being super successful. But overall, I think this is up there. I don't think it quite beats Flash Fire, but it's a solid set. This is a really good set. You have, all the big three from Generation 3. You have the big one from Generation 2. Like, it's a pretty solid set. If it had, like, Blaziken and Marshtomp, or in Septile in here, too, like ultra rares, it would be probably maybe the best set within X and Y, but then you got some sets later on, you got evolutions, like it's kind of hard to compete. But yeah, and then it's some even more cool stuff. A complete set, which this was an interesting listing. It didn't have all like the base cards, but it had all the reverse hollows of all the base cards. At least within the photos of the listing, they didn't include like any non-hollow cards. So I thought that was interesting, but it didn't include all the cards within the set. It included all numbered cards within the set, just all reverses, which I guess if you could get this, it would make sense because then it's a lot easier to get the non-holos than it is to get the reverse holos. But yeah, only $390. I'd say that's fairly affordable depending on the condition. Elite Trainer Box, 1,000. I mean, if you're comparing all other XY Elite Trainer Boxes, this is actually a little bit lower than some of the other ones because they're usually deeper into the thousands or maybe even 2,000. So you want an affordable Elite Trainer Box from the X and Y? Here you go. No, I'm just kidding. That's really expensive. Booster pack averaging about $12. That's a good chunk of money. You pull one of those out of like some Dollar General tin or something. I don't know. It might be worth something. And then the booster box recently sold for $780 on 30 March. I know on TCG Player it's saying it's like $400 or $500 or something like that, or $600, I can't remember. But the last one sold for $780, and there was a lot around, $750, $800, all around that area. So I was like, you know what, $780, we're gonna stick to that. So yeah, that's Ancient Origins. Overall, I think this is a really cool set. I like this set a lot. I wish I was collecting during this time. This, honestly, out of all the sets that we've talked about in X and Y so far, this is probably my favorite. And I barely have any cards from this set. But yeah, overall, just collectible tiers. I'd say in the low tier, we would want to put that Giratina full art, the Tyranitar full art, the Sceptile full art, as well as the Gyarados. I don't know, just something about that Gyarados, even though it's just a regular holo rare. It's a really good looking card, and I think they're nice cards to hold on to. The mid tier, I'm gonna include the big three: Mega Rayquaza, Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, and then for the top tier, just both the Lugia cards. Like, I know it seems too simple, but truly, the Lugia cards. I mean, I don't think the Lugia EX even looks that good, but it sold for what, $800? Yeah, $800. Like, come on. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this video. If this is your second video of mine, consider subscribing. If you like what you saw, leave a like. If you don't like what you saw, leave a dislike. Or give me some feedback down below. My schedule is probably going to be getting a little bit more crazy, but I'll definitely let you guys know if my updating schedule changes. I'm definitely uploading Monday through Thursday at this time, but who knows what will happen in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. I have some good openings this week, so I'll have an opening video posted tomorrow. And yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and have a great day.